Tips on how to save money by buying less. Tip 1. If you're thinking about buying something, work out how many hours you'll need to spend working at your job to purchase that item. You might then realize that the item you intend to buy is really not worth the required hours of painful work. Tip 2. Understand that the things you own end up owning you. What this means is that the items you possess require your time and effort. For example, the item you intend to buy will need to be repaired or disposed of when it is old or broken. You may need to go to all the effort of selling the item when you no longer need it. You may also have to learn how to use the item. The item might also use energy and have ongoing costs to you. So if you don't really need the item, why buy it if it will create all this burden for you? Tip 3. Understand what materials and labour are needed to create the item you intend to buy. Think about the entire life cycle of the item. Think about all the environmental destruction needed to produce that item and all the poor working conditions. Ask yourself, is it moral to purchase the item if I don't really need it? Tip 4. If you think buying something will help someone out economically, say the shop owner or a factory worker who makes the product, how about instead cut out the middleman and provide that money to the person directly, or even to a charity? You will no longer need to pay for the material component of the item, which means you'll be able to direct the money that you would have paid for the item to where you specifically believe it needs to go. Tip 5. The time you spend desiring about buying an item, planning to buy it, and actually buying it is all time. Time you could be doing something better with your life. Realize consumerism isn't a difficult task and is not an activity that should be respected or aspired to. You could instead spend all that time doing something that could benefit the world. Tip 6. Realize that you are being manipulated to buy, if it's through advertisements, salespeople, easy access stores, prestige stores and malls, social norms such as fashion that you feel compelled to conform to. All of these things are pressuring you and manipulating you to buy. Stand up to it all and say no. Tip 7. Realize the abstraction in each item. Each item consists of materials and has specific functions, but also the item has a lot of abstracted values attached to the item. For example, sports products being associated with famous sports stars or big sporting events. New or mobile phones being associated with a range of new technological freedoms that will revolutionize your life. New cars that will give you a higher status in society. When in reality, the functional difference between the new item and the item that you already own is minimal. And the abstracted ideas about what a new product will offer you, the values attached to the item, and how much better your life will be as a result of owning the item are nearly all the time not founded. Tip 8. Try and understand what your feelings are when you're about to buy something. Think about what compels you to buy, and then liberate yourself and break free from such compulsions.